A scorching summer day, the kind where the heat waves dance off the pavement and make everything feel like it's melting. I'm lounging by the pool at my sister's house, sipping on an ice-cold lemonade, when her husband, my brother-in-law, dives in, his muscles rippling under the sun. What started as innocent family time turned into something forbidden, something electric, something my sister could never know about. And trust me, by the end of this story, you'll be on the edge of your seat wondering how we pulled it off without a single whisper of suspicion. Let me take you back to where it all began. My name is Elena, and I've always been the free-spirited younger sister. My older sister, Sophia, is the picture-perfect one, married to Alex, a successful architect with that chiseled jaw and those piercing blue eyes that could make any woman second-guess her vows. Sophia and Alex had been together for 8 years, married for 5. Living in this gorgeous suburban home with a backyard oasis that included a massive, in-ground pool. It was the envy of the neighborhood, complete with twinkling lights, a waterfall feature, and lounge chairs that screamed luxury. I was 28 at the time, single after a messy breakup, and Sophia had invited me over for the weekend to cheer me up. Little did she know, the cheering up would come from an unexpected source. Sophia worked as a nurse, often pulling long shifts, especially on weekends. That Saturday, she got called in for an emergency double shift, leaving Alex and me alone at the house. "You two behave," she teased as she kissed Alex goodbye, her scrubs hugging her figure. "Elena's a handful, but don't let her talk you into any trouble." Alex chuckled, his deep voice sending a subtle shiver down my spine. "We'll be fine, babe, just chilling by the pool." As Sophia's car pulled out of the driveway, Alex turned to me with a grin. "So, Elena, ready for some sun?" I nodded, trying to ignore the way his tank top clung to his broad shoulders. Alex was 35, fit from his weekly gym sessions, and had this effortless charm that made conversations flow like water. We'd always gotten along, family barbecues, holidays, the occasional double date when I had a boyfriend. But there was something different that day. Maybe it was the heat, or the fact that I was feeling vulnerable after my ex dumped me for someone more stable. Or perhaps it was the way Alex looked at me when Sophia wasn't around, like he saw the real me, not just his wife's little sister. We headed out to the pool. I slipped into my bikini, a red number that I'd bought on a whim, hugging my curves just right. Alex was already in his swim trunks, cannonballing into the water with a splash that soaked the deck. "Come on in," he called, his wet hair slicked back, water droplets glistening on his chest. I dipped a toe in, the cool water a welcome relief from the 95-degree heat. "It's perfect," I said, easing myself in. We swam laps at first, racing each other like kids. Alex won every time, his powerful strokes cutting through the water effortlessly. "You're cheating," I laughed, splashing him. He splashed back, and soon we were in a full-on water fight, laughing until our sides hurt. As the sun climbed higher, we floated on inflatable rafts, chatting about everything and nothing. Work, dreams, the latest movies. But then the conversation shifted. "So, what really happened with you and that guy?" "Mark?" Alex asked, his tone casual but his eyes intense. I sighed, staring at the blue sky. He said I was too wild, too unpredictable, wanted someone who fit into his boring life. Ebrook Alex floated closer, our rafts bumping. His loss. "You're amazing, Elena. Any guy would be lucky to have you." Ebrook, there it was, a spark. His words hung in the air, heavier than the humidity. I turned to look at him, and our eyes locked. Time seemed to slow. "Thanks, Alex. That means a lot coming from you." He reached out, his hand brushing mine under the water. It was innocent at first, or so I told myself. But then his fingers intertwined with mine, and neither of us pulled away. The tension built like a storm cloud, electric and unavoidable. We got out of the pool to dry off, wrapping ourselves in towels. Alex suggested we make lunch, grilled sandwiches on the patio. As we prepped in the kitchen, the proximity was intoxicating. He reached past me for the bread, his arm grazing my side. I felt a jolt, like static electricity. "Sorry," he murmured, but his voice was low, husky. "No problem," I replied, my heart racing. We ate outside, the conversation laced with unspoken words. Every glance, every accidental touch ratcheted up the heat between us. By afternoon, Sophia texted, "Stuck here till late. You guys okay?" Hebrew Alex replied for us, "All good. Enjoying the pool." We went back in, this time playing Marco Polo. It was silly, fun, but when I was it, my hands found his chest instead of tagging him. I opened my eyes to find him inches away, breathing heavily. "Caught you," I whispered. His hands went to my waist, pulling me closer. The water lapped around us as our bodies pressed together. "Elena." He started, but I silenced him with a look. And then it happened. Our lips met in a kiss that was fire and forbidden desire all at once. It started soft, tentative, but quickly deepened into something passionate, urgent. His hands explored my back, my hips, as I wrapped my legs around him in the water. The pool's buoyancy made it feel weightless, dreamlike. We broke apart, gasping. "We can't," he said, but his eyes said otherwise. "I know," I replied, but I didn't move away. The tension didn't dissipate, it grew. We climbed out, drying off again, but the air was thick with what we'd started. Inside the house, in the cool AC of the living room, we sat on the couch, pretending to watch TV. But our hands found each other again, and soon we were kissing, clothes coming off in a frenzy. What followed was a whirlwind of passion. On the couch, then the floor, exploring each other in ways that shattered every boundary. Alex was gentle yet commanding, knowing exactly how to make me arch and moan. I traced his tattoos with my fingers, memorizing every inch. It was raw, intense, the kind of connection that comes once in a lifetime. But guilt crept in. "Sophia," I whispered afterward, as we lay tangled in sheets. "She can't know," he said firmly. "This stays between us." We cleaned up meticulously, erasing every trace. By the time Sophia got home that night, we were back by the pool, fully clothed, acting normal. "How was your day?" she asked, kissing Alex. "Relaxing," he said with a smile. "Fun," I added, forcing a grin. And she never suspected a thing, but that was just the beginning. You see, that one afternoon sparked something we couldn't extinguish. Over the next few months, whenever Sophia was away, Alex and I found ways to steal moments. Quick rendezvous in the garage, late-night texts that led to whispered phone calls. But the pool, that's where it all circled back to. One evening, Sophia hosted a family barbecue. The pool was the star, kids splashing, adults mingling. I was there, of course, in a sundress that hugged my figure. Alex and I exchanged glances across the crowd, the secret burning between us. As the sun set, most guests left, but Sophia insisted I stay over. She went to bed early, exhausted from hosting. Alex and I volunteered to clean up. Under the cover of night, with the pool lights casting a romantic glow, we slipped into the water, fully clothed at first, laughing quietly. But clothes came off, and in the deep end, we reenacted that first kiss, taking it further. The risk was intoxicating. Sophia could wake up any moment, look out the window. But that danger only heightened the pleasure. His hands on me, the water silencing our sounds, it was pure adrenaline. We got away with it again. And again. Months turned into a year. Our affair evolved. Stolen weekends when Sophia visited our parents, quick meetups in hotels. But the pool remained our sacred spot, the place where it all started. There were close calls. Once, Sophia came home early from work, and we were in the pool house, mid-passion. We heard the garage door and scrambled, me hiding in the shower, Alex greeting her casually. "Just swimming," he said. "She bought it." Another time, during a storm, power outage hit while we were together. We had to navigate the dark house without bumping into each other suspiciously. The tension built with every encounter. I started feeling guilty, questioning if we could stop. Alex felt it too. "We have to end this," he'd say, but then we'd end up together again. The climax came during a family vacation. Sophia rented a lakeside cabin with a private pool. It was meant to be bonding time. But one night, after Sophia passed out from wine, Alex and I met by the pool under the stars. What happened that night was the most intense yet. Passion mixed with the fear of getting caught in such close quarters. We pushed boundaries, exploring fantasies we'd only whispered about. In the morning, Sophia woke up none the wiser. But that night changed everything. I realized I was falling for him, and he admitted the same. "I love Sophia, but with you, it's different." We decided to end it. For real this time. It's been 2 years now. Alex and Sophia are still together, happy as ever. I moved to another city, started fresh. We don't talk about it, don't even exchange glances at family gatherings. My sister never found out. And that's the secret I'll take to my grave. But wait, there's more to this story than just the steamy encounters. Let me dive deeper into how it all unfolded, the little details that made it so addictive, so dangerous. First, let's talk about Alex. He wasn't just my brother-in-law, he was the guy every woman dreams about. Tall, dark hair with a hint of gray at the temples that made him look distinguished. His job as an architect meant he was creative, always sketching designs that turned ordinary spaces into masterpieces. Sophia met him in college, and they were the couple everyone envied. Supportive, loving, no kids yet but planning for them. Me? I was the opposite of Sophia. She was organized, responsible. I was spontaneous, a graphic designer who hopped from gig to gig. After my breakup with Mark, I was lost, questioning my worth. That's why Sophia's invitation that weekend felt like a lifeline. That first day by the pool, the chemistry wasn't immediate. It simmered. We talked about my ex, and Alex shared how his marriage had its routines, how passion fades over time. Don't get me wrong, I love Sophia, he said. But sometimes you miss that spark. Ibrahim nodded, feeling seen. Yeah, I get it. When his hand touched mine in the water, it was like flipping a switch. The kiss that followed was inevitable, fueled by months of subtle flirtations I'd ignored. Compliments on my outfits, lingering hugs. In the living room later, as we undressed, I remember the way his eyes devoured me. You're beautiful, he whispered, his lips trailing down my neck. I gasped as his hands explored, finding spots that made me tremble. It was slow at first, building, then frantic. We moved to the bedroom, their bedroom, which added to the thrill and guilt. Afterward, lying there, sweat slicked, we promised it was a one-time thing. But the next day, before Sophia returned, we did it again in the shower, water cascading over us like a veil of secrecy. The affair continued sporadically. Alex would text me codes, pool maintenance today, meaning Sophia was out. I'd drive over, and we'd lose ourselves in the water or the house. One memorable time was during a heat wave. Sophia was at a conference. Alex and I spent the entire day naked by the pool, alternating between swimming, lovemaking, and napping in the shade. He oiled my back, his hands massaging lower, leading to hours of pleasure. We experimented, role-play, light bondage with pool noodles as makeshift ties. It was playful yet intense, but the close calls kept us sharp. Like the time Sophia's friend dropped by unannounced. We were in the pool, me on his lap, when the doorbell rang. Alex pushed me underwater playfully, but I had to swim to the edge and hide behind the waterfall, while he answered, wrapped in a towel. Looking for Sophia? He said calmly. Yeah, she home? No, but come back later. As she left, I surfaced, laughing nervously. That was too close. He pulled me back in, makes it exciting. The emotional side deepened too. We shared secrets, his frustrations with work, my dreams of starting my own studio. It wasn't just physical, it was a connection Sophia couldn't provide, or so we told ourselves. During the family barbecue, the tension was palpable. Surrounded by relatives, we stole touches underwater, his foot brushing my leg during dinner, my hand grazing his under the table. That night, in the pool, with the risk sky high, it was explosive. We used the floaties to muffle sounds, the water churning around us. On the vacation, the cabin pool was smaller, more intimate. Sophia's snoring echoed from the bedroom as we met outside. One last time, we said, but it was passionate, desperate. He lifted me against the pool wall, the stars witnessing our sin. After that, we cut contact. It hurt, but it was necessary. Now I date casually, but nothing compares. Alex and Sophia announced they're expecting a baby on the way. I'm happy for them, truly. But sometimes on hot days I think of the pool and smile at the secret. That's the story, raw and real. If you've ever had a forbidden crush, you know the pull. Thanks for listening. Hit like if this hooked you. Subscribe for more stories that keep secrets buried deep. But hold on. I know I said that's the story, but to really make this script hit 10,000 words, let's expand on every moment, every thought, every sensation. Because in viral storytelling, it's the details that keep you glued. Let's rewind to that first weekend. The drive to their house was uneventful, but my mind was racing. Mark had left me 2 weeks prior, calling me too much. I blasted music to drown out the hurt, arriving at Sophia's with a forced smile. She hugged me tight.
You look great, sis. Alex is excited to see you. He's been prepping the pool all morning.
Alex greeted me with a hug that lingered a second too long. Good to see you, Elena. Sorry about the breakup. Say boyfriend, no biggie, I lied. Sophia left for work soon after, and Alex and I settled into the backyard. The pool was crystal clear, the scent of chlorine mixing with sunscreen. I changed in the guest room, checking myself in the mirror. The bikini was bold, red with ties on the sides. Why not, I thought. Alex was already swimming. I watched from the deck as he did freestyle laps, his form perfect. When he surfaced, water streaming down his face, he waved me in. The water was cool, shocking my skin. We raced, and his victory laugh was infectious. Rematch? I challenged. During the water fight, splashes turned playful shoves, his hands on my shoulders, pushing me under, then pulling me up. Laughter echoed. Floating on rafts, the sun warmed us. His question about Mark opened the floodgates. I poured out my heart, the arguments, the feeling of not being enough. Alex listened, his empathy genuine. "You're more than enough," he said. Mark was an idiot. Our hands touching was accidental at first, but holding on wasn't. The kiss? It started with me leaning in, our lips brushing, then full contact, tongues dancing, bodies pressing. Out of the pool, towels dropped. In the kitchen, lunch forgotten as he pinned me against the counter, kissing my neck. "We shouldn't," I gasped. "Do you want to stop?" he asked. "No." Eber, we moved to the couch. He undressed me slowly, kissing every exposed inch. His mouth on my breasts, hands between my legs, bringing me to the edge. I returned the favor, exploring him with my hands and mouth, his groans spurring me on. When he entered me, it was bliss, slow thrusts building to a crescendo. We climaxed together, collapsing in sweat. Guilt hit hard. We dressed, cleaned, and acted normal. But the next encounters were even more detailed. During the heat wave, we started with sunscreen application. His hands on my back, slipping under the bikini top. I turned, and we kissed, moving to the lounge chair. Oral pleasures under the sun, then inside for air-conditioned comfort. We tried positions, missionary, doggy, me on top. Each time, learning what the other liked,